Ocarina of Time brought the Legend of Zelda series into 3D for the first time. Its release was met with universal critical acclaim, and it holds the honor of being the first title to achieve a perfect 40 out of 40 rating from the Japanese magazine Famitsu, and is to this day the highest rated title on Metacritic. For a game this iconic to have its original artistic vision censored is especially a shame. The Nintendo 64 version saw 3 revisions, which changed many parts of the game significantly. Amongst the typical polishing changes normally seen in game revisions are also numerous cases of censorship. Even more censorship was brought when the game was ported to different consoles. In fact, one can trace censorship all the way back to the game's commercials. Commercials originally used the tagline, "Willst thou get the girl?" or "Play like one." However, this tongue-in-cheek humor proved to be too controversial, and so was changed to "Willst thou soar?" or "Willst thou suck?" Further controversy came with its actual release. The developers unknowingly included Islamic chanting in the Fire Temple's theme song, with one line translating to, "I bear witness that there is no God but Allah." They caught on to this fact prior to the game being released, as indicated by the build dates of the various versions of the game. However, for reasons unknown, they chose not to remove the lyrics until the third and final N64 version to actually be released. Interestingly, as Nintendo did not produce the chanting sound, but instead acquired it from an audio collection from Best Service entitled Voice Spectral Volume 1, the chant has made its way into other games, such as the N64's Cruisin' World, which was actually released 2 months prior to Ocarina of Time. This can be heard during the game's Egypt stage. The third N64 version was also the starting point of the censorship of Ganondorf's and Ganon's blood, which was, prior to this release, red, but is instead edited to be green. If you wish to find out which version a cartridge is, then it's easy, as long as you are able to look at the back of the card. At the top right should be a punch code consisting of numbers and then possibly the letter A or B. If the code does not have a letter, then it's the original version, whilst A translates to version 1.1 and B to version 1.2. 1.2 being the version with the discussed censorship changes. Although for PAL territories, it's even easier to determine as all copies of the game are the 1.2 version. Next up was the game's GameCube release, which the much later Virtual Console version would be based on. Alongside positive changes such as bug fixes and doubling the game's resolution, this release censored the game even further. The target this time was the game's Gerudo symbols. This crescent moon and star motif appears in many places within the game's world, ranging from all of the game's floor switches and blocks to even the mirror shield equipment piece. Again, the developers changed this due to Islamic references, as the design resembles a popular Islamic symbol. The new Gerudo symbol was taken from Majora's Mask, the next game in the series. It is however easy to miss, as it only makes a single cameo appearance, and this is inside the Pirate's Fortress within the room where the hookshot is obtained. However, it appears that Nintendo overlooked an instance of the symbol being used, as the ceiling of Dampé's grave leaves the original in place. Although they would not overlook this twice, the 3DS remake saw it at last removed and replaced with a floral pattern. The 3DS remake also continued with all of the other cases of censorship, but not only did it add the remaining Gerudo symbol to the list, it also took care of one more thing that may cause offense and, with all of the changes over the years, possibly the only thing left that may be seen as inappropriate by some to censor. Continuing with the changes made in Majora's Mask, Skull Kid's face is no longer black but is instead wooden. The edit is similar to the changes made to the Pokemon Jinx, as well as Mr. Popo from the Dragon Ball franchise, and is likely due to concerns over the character being seen as a racist caricature of a black person. As always, thanks for watching. Censored Gaming is the definitive resource for censored gaming. Make sure to subscribe to stay up to date with the latest edits and changes in games. And if you'd like to hear more from me, feel free to check out my channel by hitting that annotation link at the bottom right. We do all sorts of gaming videos, commentaries, voiceovers, and more, and I'd love to see you there. Anyways, that's it for me. As always, I am TheBlackLink. You guys stay frosty.